Shane, we should have bought a lottery ticket here today. We should have bought a lottery ticket because we could have won $1 million or ₹1,000,000. What do we look at it? Because just before the innings ended, there were two moments which we predicted.
Yeah, I mean, so this is happening upstairs, not obviously on air because we weren't on air all the time. We were upstairs watching the match with our colleagues, and Siddharth starts things off with a rather interesting prediction because he was saying how Shardul Thakur was struggling against the cutters of Harshal Patel. And what did you say?
I said that looking at the way how it's happening, he's getting bowled.
And this happened, he said this, the ball before he got bowled. So,
and that happened.
And then everyone saying, oh, MS Dhoni is coming on, Thala for a reason, this, that. I said, listen, I have a sneaking suspicion Thala is getting bowled first ball with a cutter.
And voila, that's how it worked. So there it is. MS Dhoni now for 2 straight games has been dismissed. And today, what position did he come in? 1, 2, 3. He came in at number 9. Today, if it manifested that why this obsession that it's only me, it is cinema. CSK are getting ruined because of the cinema.
I mean, you said Shardul Thakur to bat ahead of MS Dhoni, and I'm a big fan of Shardul Thakur, both as a batsman, as a bowler. I think he's one of those players who gets targeted rather unnecessarily. But even I, in my wildest dreams, would not be sending Shardul Thakur or even a Mitch Santner ahead of an MS Dhoni. Never.
Never. I mean, is MS Dhoni here, okay, just to play 6 balls, 7 balls. The most he played, I think, was against Delhi Capitals, if I'm not mistaken. 16.
16 balls, he got to the 30, 32 runs.
37, yeah. Okay. Okay, I can understand that MS Dhoni didn't want to come out that quickly because he was facing the best spin bowling attack in the IPL. Rahul Chahar and Harpreet Brar.
We're being a little unfair to the KKR boys here. Rahul Chahar has been off form except for these 2 matches.
But in the last game...
except for these 2 matches.
Even RR boys will be like, listen, you're forgetting us.
But RR didn't... they have not faced them yet.
But you're talking
one
about
one of them, I'm saying. So see, I mean, in the case of MS Dhoni, everybody will look like Shane Warne.
And Aksar Kuldeep will be like, listen, we're going to the World Cup. Don't forget.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of things.
Which is
best is predictable, but it tells you everything that they saved Harpreet Brar and even Rahul Chahar. You had 4 overs of them left with 4 overs to go, and that's not a coincidence.
It's not a coincidence, and he got out due to a slow dipping cutter.
He got out to that 3rd spinner, Harshal Patel.
This is the problem.
Well, I've got no problems in Dhoni coming out to bat late. I know we've not all been on the same page with regards to, they've been... at times Nikhil has said that, he would have wanted him to bat
higher
up. I think Siddharth said the same thing at times. But the fact that, having Dhoni bats 6, 7, 8, those positions, I get that. But Shardul Thakur, Mitch Santner, batting ahead of Mahendra Singh Dhoni.
Oh, by the way, I'm sorry, I forgot. Even a Ravindra Jadeja, Dhoni would always bat ahead of a Jadeja both internationally and in the IPL.
In IPL this year though, it has changed quite a lot. Last year also, it was the thing minus the final where Dhoni walks out to bat ahead of a Ravindra Jadeja. But again, it was Jadeja then who had to go and score the winning runs. Yeah, but batting at number 9, 2 balls to spare, 3 balls to spare.
As I said, this season...
You have a mid-star coming out of bat for Kolkata Knight Riders at number 9.
And he's a bowler who can bat a bit.
Exactly. For Delhi, I'll think of a Nokia coming out of bat at number 9.
Bowler who can bat a bit.
Exactly. But number 9, Dhoni, it doesn't make sense at all.
I'll tell you, okay. MS Dhoni tries to be a blockbuster. In every match that he's come, the shore meter and all those other hula baloos that is there, okay. He tries to be a blockbuster.
No, but why can't, is there nobody around who can veto it?
No.
In CSK?
Why
No,
not?
it's MS Dhoni. The cult of personality, people may misinterpret it as, oh, you have been critical of Virat and Rohit. No.
He will get the cheers even when, let's say, you had a wicket fall. Prior to that was Santner.
But you sent us Shardul.
But Shardul fell and he came in, which was the second last over.
So, look at the time period. That is the only time I can bat.
Think actually, if you see, because we've not seen Dhoni walk out to bat in the 16th over that much. I think they've decided he's coming into bat anytime there's a wicket that falls in the 19th or 20th over.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to do with the scoreboard that much.
And it doesn't have to do with his position. They could be 2 down, and if a wicket falls in the 19th over,
he can come.
Then Dhoni will come out to
Yes,
bat at number 4.
That is the thing.
Yes.
Today, the match situation, if CSK were very, very hopeful that they wanted to rescue the team, they are not hopeful. They are just playing on vibes at this point in time. And sending in a Dhoni at 9 is the ultimate manifestation of that vibe that is there. No one will veto it because MS Dhoni will say, I'm only going to bat in this particular position at this point in time.
What veto are we referring to when we've heard stories recently on podcasts that Dhoni would go out to bat at whatever position he wanted, even for Rising Pune Supergiant, a franchise that was only meant to exist for 2 seasons, and he would go out to bat at whatever position he pleased at a time when he wasn't even the captain. What's new?
What's new?
He's not the captain now. Rituraj Gaikwad is the captain officially.
This is where, okay, pandering to the gallery. This is the ugliest manifestation of it. Okay. I recently saw a video which left me absolutely flabbergasted. Look at how the mentality has, जैसे कहते हैं ना in Hindi, विकृत हो गया है. For one reason. Rituraj fell for 98. No, so what? He got to see MS Dhoni. You lost the match. So what? We saw an MS Dhoni. This is what we have been reduced to. By the way, CSK's template, for one particular reason, they might have won 21-23. But boss, taking that deep game template has cost them 23. They almost lost it had it not been for Jadeja.
Sorry, had it not been for Mohit Sharma.
Losing this line with the 2 balls.
Had it not been for Hardik Pandya.
Going once again.
That break was unneeded.
And by the way,
gives him that pink drink to have.
And those breaks, by the way, you had seen affect other bowlers also. I will again go back
to
one game I love quoting, GT versus KKR. You, after every 6 that Yashtal was hit for, you had someone go to him and talk.
Yeah.
Go to him and talk.
At
one point, he was swamped by 3 players. Rashid, who was the stand-in captain in that game, David Miller was coming up to him. Others were coming up to him. And I'm like, boss, let the guy be. He just needs to nail 1 ball. But because you're constantly.
By the way, since you mentioned that, there is a family member of ours who got in touch. I was on a call with him yesterday.
Okay, on a call?
Yes.
Wow.
And he shared a link with me, which he asked me to show to you, because that could be inspiration for you the next time KKR win.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Fine, we'll see that. But then let's look at the other guy, Shivam Dube.
By the way, in case you guys are wondering what I was talking about, it comes from the great cricketer. The time that they went live with that match, they did a watch along. If you guys know what I'm talking about, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'll show the video clip to Shane later on, and let's see if Shane can be audacious enough to make that kind of a promise on air.
Okay, but let's shift our focus for some time because I think the innings is going to start.
Yeah.
Shivam Dube falling to spin and getting a king pair against Punjab Kings. 0-1 fell to Harpreet Brar. 0-1 falling to Rahul Chahar.
Twice now he's been caught victim to this mentality of, oh, I see a spinner in front of me, let's go for it, and now he's fallen. Much as I hate saying it, and I know that the numbers really don't back me up in this regard because he's really improved this year against Pacers, he's weirdly going down the Shreyas Iyer route. Weirdly.
Why did you say that?
Because Iyer also at one point had this problem wherein once the short ball problem started him getting targeted, he was being targeted by the short ball issue, he would often try and play out Pacers and then attack the spinners. But you know what would happen in the process? He started getting susceptible to getting out to spinners as well. In fact, now if you look at it, in the last 2 seasons, I'm not counting 23, I'm talking about 2 seasons that he played, he's fallen to leg spinners 4 times. Yuzi Chahal has been one who's gotten him out a lot. Why? Because his mantra is that, listen, I know I can take on the spinners. It's the same with the Dube. He's been empowered to think that I'm going to take on the spinners. But that sort of a situation, you maybe didn't need to look to play that kind of a shot. It was 69 for 3 or 69 for 2. The match could have swung either way. You know, Dube is someone, if he spends a little bit of time in the crease with that sort of a circumstance, could have very easily gotten a much bigger score. But I don't understand why it is that he would need to go this way. And why I'm saying it doesn't quite add up, because if you go by his stats this year, he's actually, let's say, done much better against pace this year. His strike rate is marginally better.
Yeah.
but he's still looking to murder the spinners, and that's fine. But your wickets just fall in first ball, you're looking to play that kind of a shot. I don't know. Especially when you know for a fact that at that point in time, once Dube was in, PBKS, all they were going to do was ensure that they hold their spinners back because they knew A, he'll attack them, and B, if they manage to get him out with the pacers, then you've got Thala coming in, and we know Thala struggles against spin.
Yeah.
But they got a double bonus which no one was expecting. That Dube will throw his wicket away to a spinner. And that's a concerning sign because with Dube, I know people have talked about him as being an all-round option, but I think we're using that term lightly because his bowling at times can be very, very susceptible to being hit. So I'm looking at him purely as a batter. And whilst he's done well, his drop-off in form is coming at the worst time possible.
It is.
See, it's only 2 games now.
2 games ducks. I'm not even asking you for big runs.
I think it's the law of averages catching up. Last time, I would say it was a bad shot when he tried to play across the line and he went for that hoik against Harpreet Brar. Today, see that ball, I understood his urge to go and try and cut that ball. It was there. I think it was just that area where it's difficult to hold yourself back.
The pace was what did it more than anything else. It didn't turn prodigiously.
It didn't turn at all. In fact, yes, it had the revs on it, but it didn't turn at all.
And that's what makes this pitch weird. Because whilst it's gripped a bit, you're not seeing any of the spinners get prodigious turn. In fact, Harpreet Brar only bowled 1 over, and I think went for about
14.
Exactly, he got tonked for boundaries. Also, weird decision to have your best middle overs bowler bowl in the power play, but that's neither here nor there.
By the way, quick word on Harshal Patel. He is now joint top wicket taker with Jasprit Bumrah.
Yes.
How impressive was he today?
He continues to improve. That curve is going up for Harshal Patel.
Yeah, I think what he started doing more now is he's reined in the cutters, so it's becoming a surprise.
And no longer the stock ball.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I'll go back. Special reminder to Shane because Shane wrote him off at the start of the tournament. And I did say one thing, and I'll go back to what I said at the start of the tournament as well, that it's a change of surface. Today as well, getting success at his new home now. And no matter what happens over the next 3 games, he's definitely finishing in the top 4-5 as far as wicket takers are concerned. There's a clear gap between him and let's say those who are 6-7 right now. I'm talking about the likes of Amatisha Patharana, Sunil Narayan, who's got 13 wickets at the moment. So Harshal Patel, still 3 more matches to come, and look at those numbers as well. Yes, in terms of average, there's nobody ever going to come close to Jasprit Bumrah. You look at the top 5, nobody has the kind of average that Jasprit Bumrah does.
The only one who comes close
is Natarajan.
Yes, 19.
Patirana's 13, but he may not play in the entire of the IPL now.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Otherwise, good on Harshal to be mixing it up, something that he was found guilty of not doing in the past, making his cutter, the stock delivery, as a result becoming more and more predictable for the batters. Today though, perfect exhibition of his skill set.
And see, he saved his cutters for that death ball over. Why? Because he knew that someone like a Shardul would be looking for pace on. So, put pace on, hit through the line. He was taking the pace off. Shardul was looking like a deer in front of headlights.
He nailed his lengths well.
And yes, lengths, because it was just at that good length area enough to tempt you to think, I'll connect, but you're missing.
And you knew that Shardul Thakur dismissal, the time that it happened, you knew either there was a dismissal there or a big shot.
Yeah, there was no in between.
There was no in between. There was or either going to be a boundary or a wicket. So there was a 50% probability Siddharth was always going to get it right.
But I got it right. Although I'm closer to the score, by the way.
Yeah,
by how many runs? Anyone 13. Really?
13.
Oh,
13 runs.
13 runs?
13, yeah. It's like a good 30-run gap in an ODI, let's say. 13
So, the impact subs have been made. Prab Simran for PBKS. Simarjeet is for the Chennai Super Kings.
Interesting. Do they not have any spinners whatsoever?
Solanki.
Yeah, because I think, they've opened with a Santner and good God, he's getting some grip.
He's getting a lot of drift also because of the cross breeze that's coming. So, yes. It is a big. Dhoni is just hiding from spinners. There you're saying, yes.
Agreed there, yeah.
Totally agree. Totally. And because of that, see, this is what has always hurt CSK. It's now getting manifested, and I'm sorry. It is not going to be a big
Yeah. Anyway,
issue.
I don't think we've got reason to, since all of us went for a
I am
PBKS
not
win.
changing my.
Are we changing predictions here?
No, I think it'll be a close chase, but PBKS will ace it.
Same. I'm not changing either. So on that, we'll take a quick break over here, but we'll be back when the match ends. None of us changing predictions here. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. As soon as the match gets over, you know where to come. We'll take your leave for now. Okay,
Bye-bye.
ta-da.
Ta-da, bye-bye.